Hey, what's up guys, it's Tommy here. So in today's educational video, I really want you guys to give me your feedback if you don't understand this. There's no shame. But some of you come up to me and you're like, I really want to change my body, right? I want bigger chest, I want bigger shoulders, I want bigger legs. And how do you do that, right? So here I'm going to tell you the key to doing that and what really helped me change my body for myself. All right, you have to learn how to work out intensely. All right, that doesn't happen overnight. It happens over consistency. I always say 2 to 3 of your workouts during the week should be focused. Should be I'm trying to really push myself past the point of where I thought I could go. All right. So if you thought you could only do 15 minutes on the treadmill, try for 20, try for 25. If I find that sometimes when people feel the burn, they stop. Make it a goal to move past burn point, right? The lactic acid that you feel, right, the burn that you feel, is an alarm system that your body tells you to be okay. So we're pushing closer to the point where we don't want to push anymore. But to be quite honest with you, that point can be raised if you push yourself to that point all the time. We're past that point. All right. So moving on. So in your app, you have something called RPE, rate of perceived exertion. Right. What that means that how hard do you think you're working? Okay. So I always like for my clients, no matter whether we train in person or not, to be working close to a 7 or 8. 9 and 10s are rare, but I like them. I don't like anything below a 7. Why? Because you're really not doing much, and at that point, I call that a health workout, not a fitness or a workout that's going to transform your body, mind, and soul. It's still activity, it'll still burn calories, right? But we're not talking about just general weight loss right now. I'm talking about what it takes to transform your body, right? So you get the shape that you're looking for. So, now, there's something that we talk about in strength training called failure, right? So failure can be defined as when you can no longer do an exercise in perfect form. Your form sucks, you reach failure. Now, some people might be like, that's not failure, but that's going to be the definition that we're going to use today. Okay. Now, I want you to learn how to work past failure. Okay, so how do you do that? There's one way. You can have a buddy, right? If you go to the gym with someone, and you're doing bicep curls, for example, and you can only do 10 in strict form, and then anything more after that 10, you gotta start waving and stuff to get the, nope, you don't wanna do that. So you have your buddy, right? Your buddy's gonna stand in front of you, and every time that you get stuck, your buddy's gonna kind of tap the bar or slightly move it up so that way he helps you but doesn't help you too much. It's a very important thing to get a good spotter. So in other words, you can get a spotter. That's one way you can raise the intensity. The other way you can raise the intensity is to move past failure, right? So how do you move past failure? Good. I'm glad you asked that question. All right. One of the best ways to move past failures is to do drop sets, right? So what's a drop set? If you don't know what a drop set is because you're not in one of my programs that have drop sets, I'm about to tell you what a drop set is. All right? It's a set where you get to the point of failure, and once you to the point of failure, you change the weight, you drop the weight to a lighter weight so you can continue going. So let's say you're doing tricep pushdowns. You'll do 10 at 100 pounds. Last 10, I can't do anymore. Great, awesome. Go to 80 pounds, do another 10. Last 10, I can't do anymore. Awesome. And then go to like 60 pounds, do another 10. You can do it with 3 drops, you can do it with 4 drops, you can do it with 5 drops, whatever your little heart desires. But that's one way you can work past failure. Another way you can work past failure in doing a drop set is to do a mechanical drop set. All right? So mechanical drop sets are basically where you just move your body in order to make the set easier. So in other words, for example, push-ups. First you do push-ups on an incline, which means that your feet are on the incline. and you're going to do the push-ups from there. And then you're going to go into a flat, right? Regular push-up, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then from there, you go into an elevated push-ups where your hands are elevated, or you can go to a knee push-up and you continue going. The point is that it starts hard, it gets easier, but there's already blood in the area, so it doesn't feel easier, it just gets easier. Cool. So you got that. Another favorite way of mine, this is actually one of my favorite ways when I'm strength training and I'm getting stronger. I'm not really worried about how I look, but how I want to get stronger, is to use cluster sets. Alright, cluster sets are a lot of sets in one. Alright, so I would pick a weight that I can do about 15 of, right? But I'm not going to do 15. I'm going to take that weight, I'm going to move it 5 times, I'm going to rest for 10 seconds. That's one set. Move it 5 times more. 2 sets. Move it 5 times more. 3 sets. Move it 5 times more. 4 sets. And then, right, let's say on the 4th set, I'm burned out. I can't do any more. I'm going to strip the weight a little bit. Continue with my 5th set. And then another one for 6. And that's 6 sets in one. That's called a cluster set. Alright, so that's another way. Another way that I really love is to control the negative. Okay, right. This one you're going to need a spotter for. But if you get spotter, awesome. If not, there's another way you can do it. It's a little iffy, but you can do it. Alright, so the negative. There's 2 ways you can do a negative. Alright? You can put a weight on the bar in which you cannot do. Right? Resist the weight on the way down. And then have somebody help you lift it up. Alright? So as you can see, doing the negative, I always need somebody. That's why I don't do it a lot. Another way is just to actually do the negative when you're by yourself, right? But a weight you can actually handle. So let's just say that 135 for you is easy. You put 135 on the bench, right? And instead of doing the 135 and just pumping them out like so, and not really getting much, you're gonna hold the bar and resist it on the way down. Move it slow, slow, slow. In fact, count to about 4 or 5. By the 5th count, you should be at your chest and you explode up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Explode up. So on and so forth. I know this video is getting kind of long. But I really, really need you to do this. Nothing makes me a little more disheartened than when I open the app and I see somebody working at a rate of perceived exertion of like 4 or 5. I know for a fact you're not going to get what you want. Alright? I know that for a fact. Okay, now another thing before I end this video because it's getting kind of long. But what should you do, or how many times should you work out intensely? It depends on your recovery, right? But my usual paradigm structure is that you don't want to be working out too intensely for more than 2 to 3 times a week. Alright, so if you work out 5 to 6 days a week, only 2 to 3 of those workouts should be something where you're like, oh my god, you know? Otherwise than that, it should be moderate intensity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you apply what you've learned. I hope that somehow, some way I get some feedback from you letting me know that A, I like this, or B, I didn't like it, or I didn't get much out of it. Alright, whatever that is, you guys have a great day.